Yeah, thanks, Laura. I mean, we were listening to that, intrigued by what Pep Guardiola was saying, and I think you think that's a really
I liked the
clear
interview.
assessment there.
I tell you what, as poor as the second half performance was, I thought the interview was excellent. I really did. He's up for it. Could tell right away. Disappointed. Sounded a little bit shocked, which is no bad thing, because I tell you, was nobody. I was stunned at the level of defending the performance second half. But the one thing came out of that interview for me, he's got the sleeves rolled up and he's ready to march on.
Yeah, that was what stood out for me. There was a bit of fight to that, and a bit of reality from the Manchester City manager.
Listen, the thing about him is he loves solving problems. He's got one, you know. So, and he will turn it around. But that tonight reminded me of the team we used to be before we won the Champions League, where we'd get to a knockout thing, and then we'd just fall apart in a game. For the first half an hour, it was like a training game, and then you have to give credit to Sporting, because whatever the other fella said at half time, they came out like men possessed, and they took the game away from us. Saying that, Haaland scores the penalty to make it 3-2. You know, you never know, but I thought Sporting deserved to win, and we deserve what we got, really.
You've been a manager, so how do you break down that tonight? Noel's just made the point. For half an hour, it was relatively easy for Manchester City, albeit only with a one-goal lead. Second half, completely different. A lot of uncharacteristic moments from Manchester City. Injuries to the defence, so he got players playing tonight who ordinarily wouldn't play. So therefore, how do you assess what's happened over 90 minutes
If I'm
tonight?
Pep tonight, that's my concern. Not losing 3 games in a row. You know, you look at Bournemouth played well. They could have equalised late on. The loss at Spurs in the Cup, that can happen. First half, everything was seemingly going according to plan. The thing that would concern Pep, if I'm Pep, is the level of second half performance defensively and the concentration levels. That you got to look at the second. The second goal was a brilliant goal. You know how much I enjoy watching Phil Foden. Gonçalves on the left hand side, beautiful move, great movement, attacked, released the ball to Araujo, wonderful finish. That can happen also. What would have stunned him a little bit was the level of defending for the 2 penalties. Top class defender, Guardiola. Akanji's there. You know, if he's got goal side here, just let him go. Other one, substitute comes on, it's a penalty. They were just uncharacteristic. They have struggled, and we mentioned before the game, we didn't fancy them to keep a clean sheet. I couldn't see that coming, but I fancied Sporting Lisbon to score. But the way that they kind of disintegrated almost second half defensively would be a concern. Let's not get carried away. 3 defeats in a row. The defeat at Bournemouth, I think, was the first league defeat in, 10, 11 months. You know, so we need to hold fire a little bit. But the second half performance stunned me.
He's got to put it right now against good teams, particularly domestically. It's a tea time game on Saturday at Brighton. He's got Tottenham and he's got Liverpool at Anfield. In the middle of that, they've got Feyenoord in the Champions League. So he's got difficult games coming up to right the wrongs of tonight.
Yep, that's the game, that's his job, that's the players' jobs. I'm sure, you know, when they get back to Manchester and they do the video reviews and all that, they'll point out what went wrong. But the defending for the penalties was, you know, it's as worse as I've seen Guardiola. You know, the challenge for that was, and Nunez's challenge on the other fella was ridiculous. But look, Sporting, let's give them the credit tonight. Yeah. But we're not a lot of City fans up there will have thought we were going to come here and win tonight. You know, I go every week, I stand on the terraces, I know what the chat is. You know, we know we're not in a great place at the moment, but no one's going to panic. You know, we won 4 leagues in a row. We're going to ride this out. We'll be there in the shake-up at the end.
Yeah. The other thing that probably surprised me, with the lack of substitutions, and then perhaps the substitution of Kevin De Bruyne at the end. I wasn't really sure. I was expecting to see maybe changes earlier. That didn't happen. I'd like to have heard Pep's explanation on that. He obviously will have one, and then maybe he just wanted De Bruyne to get 5 or 10 minutes. But putting him on at that stage, I didn't see the need for it really. But Noel's 100% right. We've got to be talking about Sporting Lisbon this evening. Ruben Amorim, what a way to sign off here. Fantastic.
Ali, thank you, Noel. It's been great having you with us on the team.
Well, I won't be coming again if that's the result.
Even though the phone's going mad, everybody said it's his fault, because when it's me and Ali, they tend to win. Noel joins us and they lose like that. It's been quite a memorable night, though, Laura. Amorim signing off, lap of honour with his players after sensational night for Sporting Lisbon, but so much to talk about from a Manchester City perspective.